Hello, everyone. I'm Peaceful Nik, the medium. Welcome in. Welcome in. Today is full moon fun. We're going to talk about the full moon. What is a full moon? How do we get a full moon? Why is everybody crazy on the full moon? I was giving some readings today. Hi, everybody. Say hi when you pop in. I was giving some readings today, and there was a lot of full moon craziness, let me tell you. I recorded the Father's Day podcast. Hi, Dolores. Welcome in. Welcome in. So this Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern, Lady Shadow and I's Soul Twin Stars podcast is releasing on Spotify, Apple, iTunes, or iHeart. I don't know, all the places where podcasts are released, and here on my YouTube channel and the Souls and Spirits at Love Base Wicca YouTube channel. So it is, hi Lauren, hi Yvette. Thank you guys for being here. The Father's Day podcast is a conversation between myself and Lady Shadow. Hi Holly. And we talk about our journey with our fathers and all of the dysfunction that entailed. And then we have a professional psychologist, Dr. Mary Ray, on as our guest. And she talks about, relationships with adult children as an adult. Because when you're a mom, I'm a mom, and you have little kids, you have one relationship. But as your children grow and become adults, that relationship shifts and changes. And so because Lady Shadow's father is passed away and my father is not in my life regularly, we had Lady Shadow's mom, Dr. Mary Ray, on the podcast. And it was a wonderful conversation. So if any of you are Gen X or boomer generation, anybody can enjoy this, but many of us had very difficult relationships with our fathers because of the way they were raised. Okay. So that's what the Father's Day podcast is about. And so that's kind of what we call it cheekily. That's not the actual title of the episode, but you'll see it pop up on all my socials and all of Lady Shadow's socials as well. Hello, Joyce. Happy full moon. I'm having a great full moon. All my aspects are primo. And hi, Gina. So please, please, please watch our podcast. We have Dr. Eben Alexander coming up in July for a podcast. And if you don't know who that is, Google him. I have his book right here. This gentleman is going to be our guest in the first or second week of July. He is the author of Proof of Heaven. He is a doctor, an actual medical doctor who had a near-death experience. And this is his New York Times best-selling book that he wrote about it, Proof of Heaven. I don't get paid or any money for that, but I have followed his work for a long time because of my work. And it's incredible. And I'm so grateful that he will be on our podcast. His story's great. And I can't wait to hear what he has to say to us. So I'm super excited about that. If you have any questions or anything, please put them in the chat. Let me know where you're from. Let me know what the weather's like. Right now, it is pouring rain, thunder and lightning. No, NMS, is that North Mississippi? Is that what that is? Jackie, hello, hello. We have been getting storms like crazy the past few days, like super severe storms. So I love storms. I get all excited and energized. Okay, good, Jackie. How's the weather there? Is it muggy and gross like it is here? Because it's pretty humid here already. I'm in Central Florida. Oh, I forgot to turn my UFO on. Gotta have the UFO on. Y'all, I can't go without this beauty. Speaking of UFOs, yeah, muggy is the worst. Speaking of UFOs, I was again a guest on Linda G. Comanche Mediums or Comanche Psychics podcast yesterday, and we talked about UFOs. So go to my channel and watch that replay if you want to hear it. It's really good. And we talk about my experiences with UFOs and aliens and what I believe about UFOs and aliens with my scientific background and everything. Hello, Dolores. Oh, I would love to be in Southern California. I'm supposed to go there in October for a Mars conference, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. Hi, Carrie. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying the podcast. Yeah, NDEs. I love hearing about NDEs. Love it, love it, love it. Because there are so many similarities between each person's NDE, the people who don't know each other. I love it, I love it, I love it. Lauren lives near Houston. Much needed rain. Good. Nice change for all the heat. Yep, absolutely. It's lightning. If I disappear, that's because my Wi-Fi goes down from the storm. So just FYI. I was also on Meredith Willett's TikTok Famous podcast on Monday. Not sure if she's posted it anywhere except her social medias yet, but she's going to chop it up. And that's also, I streamed that on my page as well, so you can check that out. Hi, Kimmy Cat. No muggies here yet. Thank God. That show with Linda is on my list to watch. Good, good, good. It's all the podcasts I've been on are on my channel. Smokey and 75 in North Dakota. Is it from the fires in Canada, Manx girl? Let me know. So I am booked out pretty much to the end of July. For those of you who have been inquiring about getting a reading sooner, I've had some emails, people asking. This is the thing. I can only do so many readings in a day, and my other job is super intense in the summer because I run an international engineering competition through my other job. So I have 101 students that I meet with every day that I have to manage and make sure they're on the right team and answer so many emails and meet with them and a bunch of scientists each day for a couple of hours. So that happens to me in the summer because it's a summer contest. And so I'm so busy. I'm working constantly. I'm going to see my granddaughter this weekend and I have to work while I'm there. So because of the contest and everything. So hi, Carol. I'm great. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful. I'm going to cry. I'm so good and I'm just so happy. And my chart, my Sagittarius, I'm a Sagittarius. So all things are go for Sagittarius right now. Okay. Jackie said, oh, hi, Angie. We will reschedule that practice class. Okay. I'm just so busy every day, constantly right now. Jackie said, loved your collab with Linda on UFOs. Oh, I know. I'm going to be back on with her in July at some point. She's going to Mount Shasta at the end of June. And I told her, don't disappear into the mountain because, people disappear at Mount Shasta. So look that up. Manx girl, prayers for Canada. Absolutely. Absolutely. We get so much rain here. It's ridiculous. I'm surprised Florida's still above water. Lauren, enjoyed the show with Linda. I'm happy to have learned about you. I'm happy to have so many new people learn about me because I was on TikTok. I still am kind of on TikTok. I still have an account and I repost old videos on there. I don't really make new content. My main focus is YouTube right now. And I also stream this on Facebook as well. But these social media apps are really controlling who sees what. And that just stopped working for me. So I'm thrilled to be on so many different podcasts because more people learn about me. And because that's what you need reach. When you have a small business, you need reach. And sometimes paying advertisers, which I've done, doesn't reach anybody. Oh, and my ear's ringing. Spirit saying, yep, that's right. I always know when my ear rings when I say something, Spirit's pointing it out to me. So I am so good. Thank you, Carol. Nice temp in Northern Ontario. Good. No smoke or haze. Mosquitoes and black flies are outrageous. Get some of that, that mosquito repellent. I can't think of the name of it, but it's also a plant. If anybody, it's a weird word. If anybody can think of it, that they have the candles. I can't think of the word. If you can think of it, somebody put it in the chat. Get some of those plants and put them around your house, like just a few of them, and they work. I've actually used that plant to like rub on my skin, and boy, does it keep the mosquitoes off. Kimmy Cat, I saw that when I went to your website about booking, but all works out when it's supposed to. Oh, glad you're busy. Oh, I need an assistant, but it's like I would have to train somebody, and then I would be like, are they doing the right thing? Because my social media manager was my daughter-in-law, but she just had a baby, and she just doesn't have, she's amazing. Incredible woman. I'm so grateful that she's my daughter-in-law, but she just doesn't have the time right now with a brand new 2-month-old baby. So hopefully when things settle down, she'll be back helping me, because she's an incredible person and so good. Ginny, oh my gosh, sounds so interesting and rewarding. Is it a robotics thing? So what the engineering contest I run in the summer, this is the 4th annual year. It's through a Humans to Mars advocacy group that I'm the director of education for. I've worked for them since 2012. And we have a contest where you get students from around the world. We meet on Zoom. I have scientists for the first 2 weeks, that NASA scientists, other professionals in the space industry come on and do a 30-minute presentation each for the students every day of the week. And then the students create a plan for humans to live on Mars between 30 days and 18 months. And they have to decide how much crew, how many people, 1 to 6 people, how much food they'll need, what it'll weigh, what are their science objectives, what are their engineering objectives, how are they going to survive. So they have to plan all of this out, write it up in a scientific paper format, and then submit it. And then they present their findings. Every team has 30 minutes to present, and I have 16 teams this year. So that's going to take 10 hours or more. And then 2 days later, they get to critique each other and tell each other what's wrong with their project. And then the last day, 2 days later, they defend their project and say, oh my God, I messed that up and you were right, or, oh no, I'm right and you're wrong. So it's a really cool project. And then I have a group of scientists, PhDs and master's degree level scientists who grade the papers, and then they get rewarded and invited to speak at our conference at the University of Southern California in October. So that's my other job. And it's crazy. So that's why I'm like, all the time. And it's very rewarding. So I have 1 foot on Mars and 1 foot in the spirit world, and maybe a pinky toe on Earth. That's my life, and that's what makes me happy. Kimmy Cat, glad I found you on Julie Ryan. Yes, and checked you out. Yeah, I loved that. I was on Julie Ryan February. I think I was on Julie Ryan. I was so blessed to be on Julie Ryan as well. She was a wonderful host. Your humility and knowledge is wonderful. Thank you. Oh, and citronella. All right, so get some citronella plants. I didn't know it was a plant. I just thought it was a fancy chemical they were putting in candles, until somebody went to somebody's house and they said they had mosquitoes, and they're like, oh, rub the citronella plant. I go, oh, that's a plant. So yeah, you'd think I'd know that, but I didn't. Oh yeah, a bunch of citronellas. Thank you, everybody. We all said, Yvette said, I'm a Sagittarius. I'm not sure how I found you. I love Linda G. I'm in Washington State. We need the rain here really bad. Yeah, it's summer on the West Coast, and you know what that means? Dry, dry, dry. And you know what that means next? Fire, fire, fire. So I hope there are no fires this year. I hope, I hope, I hope. Yeah, it's a very cool contest. Ooh, Carrie. Carrie. All right, this is off topic, but do you think there's life currently on Mars? You can actually read my scientific report on this. I have several papers on marspedia.org. I'm the vice chair of that. It's like Wikipedia, but it's Marspedia. And I have several articles, and one of them is extant life on Mars. Extant meaning current life, and how I believe, based on the research that has been done with the Mars rover so far and orbiters, that there is currently life on Mars. So yeah, marspedia.org. Nicole Willett, life on Mars. You know, it'll pop right up. If you want me to send you a link, I can. Yeah, I have several pretty big articles. I think the front page might still be my Perseverance article. It's a little dated. I need to update it. So yeah, I definitely think there's life on Mars. And like I was talking about on Linda G yesterday, people ask me all the time about UFOs and aliens, because I taught astronomy in college and high school for almost 20 years. And the most common question I got was, are there aliens? Are aliens real? You know, what do you think about UFOs? Now, scientifically, I see no reason why UFOs can't come here. I don't see a limiting factor. Okay, they can do it. They can obviously traverse across the universe. We went from having no airplanes until 1903, when Orville and Wilbur Wright had the little biplane, the little paper mache airplane, basically. From 1903 to, I believe it was 44, when we had the first jet in World War II. And I don't remember what country it was. It wasn't the US. It was a European country, I believe, that had the first jet. Okay, that was quick. From horse and buggy to jets in 40 years. That's crazy. Imagine, and then 25 years later, we were on the moon. Imagine what will happen in 1,000 years. So if any alien, so you have to understand, all the stars and planets are a different age, right? If civilization cropped up on another planet 1,000 years or 1,000,000 years before us, they would have much better technology than we do, much better. So imagine what we can do in 100 years or 1,000 years from now. So I believe aliens can come and go anytime they want. Now, do I think every UFO that's reported is an alien? No. Do I think it's possible aliens have been here? Yes. Can I prove it? No, but it is possible. I have seen UFOs. I've had an alien abduction dream, I call it, because I don't have proof that it was real, because it happened when I was sleeping. And I tell that story on the other podcast. So so yes. Jenny, thank you. And Dolores said, can we communicate with them and ask for help? So, yes. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the other questions coming in. We can absolutely communicate with any being that has a soul, right? We all have souls, our animals have souls. Why wouldn't an alien have a soul, right? If it's a sentient being, meaning it is self-aware, it is intelligent, it has the ability to communicate, and it has the ability to pass knowledge from one generation to the other. Humans are the only animal on the planet that we know of that can pass down knowledge, not instincts, knowledge, mass amounts of knowledge from one generation to the next. That is what a sentient being does, right? They're self-aware, they can pass down knowledge, they can learn. Very likely they have a soul, if that's the case. So there's no reason why we couldn't communicate with them. Absolutely no reason. in Journey of Souls by Michael Newton, which I also have over here. I like books. I don't know if anybody around here noticed that I have a million books. In this book, Journey of Souls, Dr. Michael Newton did life between lives regressions. He was a regular psychologist. A lady accidentally went into a life between lives, and he, I want to say, did 7,000 studies of patients over the years. And in this book, it's this one or Destiny of Souls, one of his books, they talk about how you can have a life on another planet, which makes sense because there are Earth-like planets. There are planets that we could survive on in the universe. There's no way that there's not planets like that. So also, we can't say that a planet that has a different atmosphere and a different liquid system instead of water could be methane. Like we have a moon in the outer solar system called Titan that has methane lakes. There's no reason life couldn't exist there, just evolved to that environment. So there could be life everywhere in the universe. And if there is, there must be sentient beings. We could communicate with them for sure, for sure, for sure. We all most likely had lives on other planets. That was the point of what I was saying. So yes, yes, Dolores. Moon landing, full moon fun. Was it fake footage because they couldn't show the real encounter? No, I think some of the footage is definitely real. I know that we went to the moon. I believe that wholeheartedly. About 400,000 people worked on that mission. And if there was evidence aside from the weak evidence that moon landing fakers present, all of that is very easily debunked if you have any scientific training at all. There would be some real evidence, and I've never seen any real convincing evidence that it wasn't real. I believe we went. Plus, there's reflectors on the moon that you can like shoot your own laser at if you have one, and that proves that people left stuff there. Kimmy Ket, do you think at some point humans will no longer speak via mouth? And I hope it happens today. A lot of people should stop talking via their mouth, right? There's a lot of people in the world that should just stop talking. Now, I'm being a little cheeky about that, but honestly, I think a lot of people have telepathy already. I know me and my sister, she's on here watching, we communicate telepathically and always have before I was a medium. I mean, our whole lives, we were very close. We're both Sagittarius. We both have the same, I'm on the 7th, she's on the 16th. So we're both 7s in December. And so we've always had that connection. And I know many other people who do. I think everybody can have that connection if they allow themselves to. Great question. Angie, my mother-in-law that you connected with said she had the same thing happen to her, and her daughter looked for her that night and she couldn't find her in the house. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, did you watch the where I explained it, Angie, with the aliens carrying me into the bathroom and then I was paralyzed and my husband was paralyzed? It was crazy. It was so crazy. Nothing like that has happened to me since, but it was just a few months after I saw a big UFO in a field. So, a lot of bizarre stuff. Hello, Dawn. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. I feel a little dizzy. I think it's from the storm. I don't know. If I fall over, Holly, call my husband if I fall over, if I pass out. I have been following nonverbal autistic groups that talk about how our nonverbal are telepathically connecting throughout the planet. Yes. Did you watch the telepathy tapes? I believe it. I believe the telepathy tapes. I believe they're, yes, I believe it. Yes, 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 yes. Check all the boxes. I believe it all. And I know that's not scientific, but I believe it. I believe it because of the experiences I've had. Yes. This is crazy. I listened to a retired medium in Germany who channels and said EM came from Mars. I don't know who EM is, and came here with that superior technology and wants to return home. What do you think? Who's EM? I'm missing something. Hi, Angel. Oh, Elon. Oh, I'm gonna need a few breaths. I'm gonna need a minute for that one. Okay, sorry, I was not even thinking about that. I've actually met him in person in 2012, and I've been to the SpaceX campus a couple of times. I've met his kids. He used to have this little school there called Ad Astra. It was kind of a super secret school. I have pictures I snuck that I wasn't supposed to take, because I was working for this Mars organization as the education director. So I got to go, and I was allowed to go tour the school. So I did not have a personal one-on-one conversation with him, just a brief walk by, right? But I did meet his kids in the school, and they seemed like sweet kids. But school's fascinating and should be modeled all over the place because it was super cool the way they did things, but that's another story. Do I think he came from Mars? You know, I think I came from Mars. If I had to bet, look at my little Mars snow globe. My son and his wife bought me this. It has a little dust storm. If I had to guess where I had a past life, I would bet $1 million I had a past life on Mars. I have been obsessed with Mars since I was in high school. I mean, I read 1,000-page books about Mars. I've read hundreds of books about Mars before the internet. Like this, I got obsessed. I remember it vividly with Mars in 1988. The December, I think it was December. I have the book here somewhere. National Geographic book about article called Mission to Mars and a Human Mission to Mars, and how they were planning it by 1996 or 2000 or something. I've been obsessed with Mars since the moment I read that. And I think about it, I dream about it. I've worked towards getting humans to Mars since then as much as I can, and I still do. So it would not surprise me that he came from Mars. I guarantee you many of us had past lives on Mars, or for some reason we're drawn to it, because I work with a lot of people. We call ourselves Martians. Like in our little Mars group, we call ourselves Martians. And because we all have this like deep connection to it and obsession with it. Because for me, for a long time, it was an obsession. Yeah, so I don't doubt that at all. I don't doubt that at all. I think he needs to step back from the drugs, because it seems like he's on something. A lot of people say ketamine. I'm not making an accusation. I'm just saying what people are reporting. I've never seen that firsthand. I don't know that firsthand, but a lot of times geniuses take substances to calm their mind down, and sometimes it goes too far, as we all have seen with many people. Hi, Richard. How are you? I was thinking about you yesterday. How are you? How are you? Any visits from Elaine, let me know. I'm so glad to see you here. Dolores, my friend, had an experience early 70s, like at a park plane, something about them. And the next thing they know, they all came back partial of the park around 9:00. Oh, so like they missed time. I think that's what you're saying, Dolores. They were missing time. Yeah, that happens. Yes, that happens. And I can't explain that other than a bunch of mystical reasons for that. Or a lot of abductees say they are missing time. Jackie said she seems so credible. Hi, Lisa. Hello. It's a full moon, and yes, I did see that TikTok and I'm blown away. I also have telepathy tapes, sorry. I have a nephew non-verbal. He is verbal on the spectrum. I've always known he's connected. 1 foot here and exactly, Kimmy Cat, exactly, 100%. Yes, yes, yes. Lauren says grandson can speak on the spectrum. Heard his side of the conversations when he's being telepathically contacted. Absolutely. Yvette, I was going to ask you about Elon. Yeah, I think he is a super genius that has gone a little off the rails, unfortunately, because when I first met him in 2012, he really wasn't very famous yet, and he spoke at our conference. You can Google it; it's on YouTube. We gave him the Mars Pioneer Award, and he was very credible and very articulate and very passionate about saving the earth and making humans a multiplanetary species. And now it's very different vibe. What she channeled made such sense. Yes, my friend and some kids were playing at a park in LA or Louisiana. I don't know. They remember seeing something flying above them. Okay. All right. They were missing time and went somewhere else. Hello, Lady Shadow. Hello. I believe that nonverbal people have spiritual intelligence. Yes. My grandson talks in his own language to spirits. Yes. Carol, yes, absolutely. Lisa, I'm Linda G's moderator. I was sharing info on her channel yesterday. Oh, yay. Hi, Lisa. Oh, you guys did such a good job. I am so grateful to Linda G. So grateful. Oh, and it is storming so bad if I disappear. I have a Linda G special. I don't have anything open, I don't think, till the end of July, but if anybody wants to save $25, that's my code. Oh, there's a whole bunch I missed. You're welcome, Jackie. Oh, Richard, that's wonderful. I'm glad. Yes, Lisa, I agree with that. I agree. Marshall, Texas. I call myself a Martian. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, Angel. That is so funny. Yeah, I agree with so many of these. Hi, Manx girl. Full moon is tonight, apparently. It's been raining here for days, so I haven't seen the moon. I saw the sun this morning, so that was nice. Where did he go wrong? Ego, power trip. Yep. The guy, the guy that can't blend his makeup on the edge of his cheek, that guy. Downhill. Yes, I saw that yesterday, Lisa. I appreciate it so much. And it worked, let me tell you. That's why I'm booked out so far. Very sad. Very sad. Yvette, exactly. Always thought he was amazing, went to the dark side. I think that there can be redemption for many people. You just have to want to be redeemed. You just have to have an ego death is really what it boils down to. We often see people at the tippy top of their profession fall very hard because they're living in their ego. There's a lot of it. You see it on TV, you see it in the news, you see it in Hollywood. There's just the ego is enormous. And then all of a sudden they crash. You have to give up that ego in order to save yourself. Because, everybody has some ego, right? Some sense of, and I don't just mean superiority as far as ego is concerned. I mean, gossiping is from the ego. Feeling like you're not good enough is from your ego. It's not just, oh, Lisa, The election, girl, 1,000,000%. If you want to know about, excuse me, I lose my voice after a little while. If you want to know about how to deal with people with an ego and what it is, this book, you can tell I've read it a few billion times. Eckhart Tolle, A New Life, A New Earth, teaches you all about how to deal with people with big egos, what your ego is. He talks about the pain body and how our ego and our pain body get activated and want to fight and gossip and do things that we shouldn't. And then we have our other true self and how to manage that and how to. This book I read in 2014. My beautiful niece Mandy sent it to me. I wrote it in the notes here. Mandy ordered and sent to me in 2014. And I read it, as you can see, a million times. I've taken notes on it. I've made videos about it. I can't say enough. If you're on a spiritual journey, read that book. Read that book. For sure. Because it will explain the world to you in a way that you can never unknow. Kimmy Cat, I agree, he's definitely not all there. Maybe he's been hijacked by aliens. I think that any aliens that can, my positive outlook on the aliens is any aliens that can come here have hopefully evolved sociologically enough to not be living in their ego. I often have said we have evolved intellectually much faster than we have sociologically and psychologically. Our technology is so much more advanced than our brains and egos can handle. So Manx girl is, her ears are ringing. Yeah, so pay attention when your ears ring. What's happening around you when your ears ring? Yeah, Lisa, it is sad. Vertigo, it's so odd. Praying it goes away. I get vertigo, and there's these exercises you can do, but they only make my vertigo worse. And people say, oh, but you have to keep doing the exercises. It'll go away if you do them. I'm like, I'm going to vomit if I keep doing those exercises where you like bend over and you turn your head. Yeah. Yes, about the election. That gets a star. For sure. That gets 100 stars. It's a wonderful book. I don't watch any news, Kimmy Cat, either. No news. I have turned that off since November. I can't take it. I cannot take it. I cannot take anymore. 10 years is enough. Plastic man. That's funny. Sherry said, is Keanu Reeves an ET? I don't think so. I mean, I don't think I'm an extraterrestrial. I just think with my obsession about Mars, I have probably had a life on Mars or some other planet. I don't think Keanu Reeves is an ET. If you can clarify what you mean a little more. But I think that he is, he's had a lot of experiences and trauma in his life. If you look up his history, he had a lot of loss. Him and I don't know if he was married to that girl or just in a relationship with her, but years ago, I think in the 80s or early 90s, he and his female partner were pregnant. She was pregnant, and at 8 months old, I think it was a stillbirth. The baby died. And then later, the mom was killed in a car accident. I'm pretty sure that's correct. Correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody knows, but he's had a lot of pain and suffering. I think he was on drugs for a while. I think, I can't guarantee that, but I think that's the story, if I'm remembering it right. And so sometimes when we go through those experiences, we end up having to have an ego death, like I was talking about earlier, and just realize this world is a false world. All this three-dimensional stuff is fake. And that doesn't mean he's an alien. It just means he's evolving spiritually. Oh, the Epley maneuver, if that's what it's called. Yeah, I can't do it. I just suffer through the vertigo till it goes away. Manx girl, thoughts on Bigfoot? Friend of mine, our female Bigfoot team. I will tell you scientifically, okay? I got to put my hair up because I'm hot. Scientifically, there is no reason why a large primate that has been undiscovered couldn't exist on this earth. There's no scientific reason. There are plenty of places on this planet, there are plenty of forested areas and places on this planet that a large primate could live without being detected. Is Bigfoot possible? Absolutely possible. We know we have many primate relatives. We know we have primate ancestors. We know that there are a lot of what are thought to be giant extinct primates. I believe it is possible that Bigfoot is real. No scientific reason for it not to be. However, I think a lot of people make a lot of money selling shows about Bigfoot and stuff like that. Now, do I think every Bigfoot sighting is faked? No, I think people really see something they think is Bigfoot. Could people see Bigfoot? Sure. Do I think he's a shape-shifting alien? Not really. I've heard people say that. I don't think that, but I don't have any proof either way. I can't disprove it and I can't prove it. So, could Bigfoot be real? Absolutely could be. Do I have proof? No, I don't. I do not. Kimmy, how do we know what star seeds we are? I don't have that information. I don't have any real knowledge. I know that people, are Pleiadians or Lyrians or all of those different things based on what, star system they come from, but I don't know enough about it to say one way or the other or instruct you in any way. So I don't know. That's my short answer. I do not know. Dolores, yeah. The ice raids. I can't even with that. I grew up in Northern California, and I'll tell you this. I worked at an all-girls school in San Francisco 2017 to 2020. And when this person, the same one that's in charge now, was in charge then, and he threatened ice raids on schools, we had to get together as a faculty and have a meeting and say, listen, because San Francisco is full of immigrants. And we had to decide as teachers who we would bring home with us to keep from getting taken. And that was very painful. And I told my husband, I said, look, if I come home with 5 or 6 students one day, just say okay. Just say okay, because that's what's going to happen. Because these kids don't deserve that. They're people. Don't get me started. I'll start screaming and cursing. Jackie said my ears ring buzz. I had vertigo about 4 years ago and went away as fast as it came. They found brains. Good. They found your brain, but nothing, no clots, no stroke. Crystals in her ear. Yeah, it's calcium buildup. So one time my doctor, I had this crazy nurse one time. I was like 35 and she gave me one of those bone density tests. She's like, oh my God, she panicked me to death. She's like, oh my God, you have so much bone loss. I'm like, what? What is happening? She goes, you've got to immediately go buy this calcium supplement. If you break your hip, you're going to be dead in 6 weeks. That's what she told me. So I'm like terrified. I go get the calcium. I took one calcium supplement. I had vertigo for 48 hours so bad I couldn't stand up. It was horrible. So I never took those again. I just started eating ice cream instead because that sounds like more fun. So, yeah, it's calcium buildup. Yeah, I'm glad they found brains. That's funny. Nebula. Who's Nebula, Angie? Who is that? Manx girl. There's a lady, Jen Bushman. She has a YouTube channel. She has interacted with Bigfoot since she was a child. She speaks about it from time to time. Yeah. Vertigo is horrible. My co-host for the Soul Twin Stars podcast has really bad vertigo. She has to take medication for it, like actual medication. Arizona's 106 today. Hi, Susan. Jeez. Wow. Oh, it's an app. Yeah, Kimberly, I'm so sorry. The vertigo, because it stops. It's like having a migraine. It just stops your life, which I have occasional migraines and I get vertigo too. And it just stops your life. You can't do anything. It's incapacitating. I find when I get the ringing, it's angels or my spiritual team. Yes. Yes. I get a ringing on one side when my mom wants to talk to me, which I keep her picture right here, her baby picture. This is my mom as a baby in her first communion. This is her dad. He passed when she was 4 years old. This is a dirty old frame, so sorry about the goop. This is her mom. But my mom rings my ear. And I know which side is spirit and which side is her because of each situation. So if you pay attention when you get the ear ringing, you will be able to figure out, is this someone in spirit who's guiding me, or is this my spirit team? For sure. For sure. Hi, Kim. So it's full moon fun. Yeah, the high pitch. So I love that. And Kimmy Cat, it's usually when you ask for something. Depends on what I ask for, and each side is different. Yes, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you're validating that. We have so many things Spirit shows us, and we just have to pay attention to it. We just have to pay attention to it because they do communicate with us all the time. All the time. We just have to listen. Listen, listen, listen. Oh, thank you, Jackie. Oh, somebody sent me an email about ivermectin. I have no information on ivermectin. I have a good friend who takes it for all kinds of different stuff. I have never seen it. I have never taken it. I don't know really anything about it. I avoided it because of all the controversy during COVID. So I was just like, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to touch it. I don't know. I don't have any negative or positive thoughts about it because I haven't even looked into it. I just was like, I'm avoiding it. I don't need it. I'm avoiding it. So I do not have any reliable or intelligent information about it. So I can't speak to it. CC, you mentioned a lack during your live with Linda G. My spirit guides gave me a card about that. Because I was talking about people who live in a state of lack instead of a state of abundance. Is that what you're referring to? Manx girl, I've been seeing 11 and 333 a lot. This is similar to our ringing in the ears, right? Or any other sign. When you see a number over and over again, or a butterfly over and over again, or your ear rings at a certain time, pay attention to what is happening in that moment, or what thoughts are coming into your head in that moment. And then you'll notice a pattern. Because a lot of people say, Google angel numbers. I just don't believe that anything is exact for everybody, right? It's like penicillin might work for one person, but the other person's allergic to it. Everybody's life path and journey is different. It's like tarot cards or astrology readings. Just because my sister and I are both Sagittarius, we can get an astrology reading and our lives are on two totally different paths. So we're not going to have the same, our life isn't the same in that moment, but those cards can apply to the life we're in that moment. But it can be very different, just like the numbers. So pay attention and notice the patterns. Oh, your guides gave you the card, Thinking of Lack. Thank you. I was confused by the card and you explained it well. You are very welcome. You are very welcome. I'll try my best. When I don't know something, I try to always say I don't know, because I don't want to give false or bad information. Jackie sees cardinals every time I get in my car. Cardinals fly in front. So who or what are you thinking of when that happens? And notice the pattern. Loretta says, I'm 77 and have had tinnitus for half my life. I also have excellent hearing. No spirits talk to me. Do you not want spirits to talk to you, or you're just stating that they don't? CC, I hate autocorrect. Oh, I know. I turned autocorrect off on my phone. Sorry, there's lightning. Lightning. Can you hear the thunder? I don't know if it picks it up on here. I turned autocorrect off on my phone and I talk to text all the time. And I text my Mars people about Mars a lot because, we're doing all these projects. And it always spells Mars with 2 R's. And I'm like, why? What is that? Why 2 R's? And everything just gets all, like, I was texting my friend Kathy. Most of you know medium Kathy, who I work with a lot. I was texting her this morning and I said something about at night, something happened at night, and it spelled it Knight. Like, context clues, Siri. What's happening? Oh, she's going to wake up. So, Kimberly, my son and his fiance, my other son and fiance are in Tampa, and my son was stuck on a bridge driving home from work for an hour because of the rain. He said the waves were like lapping way up on the bridge. Oh, Rachel heard it. Yeah, it's crazy here. Ooh, MB. Yeah, Manx Girl, Night Rider. Here comes another one. It's gonna be loud. I love storms. I love storms. I know that sounds crazy. What are my thoughts on reincarnation? I believe 1,000,000% in reincarnation. Even before I was a medium and I was raised a Catholic who did not believe in reincarnation. Bye, Jackie. Oh, you are welcome. You be safe too, Jackie. Much love. I always believed in reincarnation, and I think probably because of my scientific training, and I know that sounds counterintuitive, but everything in the universe and everything on Earth recycles. Like these plants, they will die someday and they will be turned back into nutrients for new plants. If a lion is out in the savannah and it eats a zebra, and the bones of the zebra will eventually, the nutrients will go into the soil from the bone marrow and the bones and stuff. And then a plant will grow. Oh, here comes more. So if you're hearing the thunder, let me know because I love it. So everything on Earth recycles. Our sun itself is a recycled star. Without our sun being at least a 3rd generation star, we wouldn't exist, because the first stars in the universe were only made of hydrogen. They had to fuse all of the elements to get to iron, And we have elements higher than iron, like gold and silver and things like that in the universe. So a bunch of stars had to explode for our star to be born and for our Earth to exist. So all of that is recycled. So if our soul is part of the universe and energy, everything in the universe started as energy. That's a whole other story I could explain another time. It makes sense to me scientifically that we are recycled and reincarnated. So I believe 100% in reincarnation. And that's the whole point of this book, Journey of Souls. Case studies of life between lives. That's all about reincarnation. And this guy wasn't a medium. He was just a regular psychologist with a PhD who was just doing his regular work in hypnosis and healing trauma. And one day a lady slipped into a life between lives, started his whole new career. So yeah, I definitely believe in it for sure. Okay. Manx girl, I grew up on a farm until 9 years old in Tornado Alley. I've been within a mile of tornadoes. They're pretty gruesome. Yeah, I get energized by storms. I love it. You guys, I appreciate you being here. I had a great time. I didn't talk about the moon as much as I wanted to, but if you are in a place where you can see the moon, go out and look. If you want to take a good picture of the moon and you have an iPhone, zoom all the way in and turn the light down. You know, the little square that pops up, turn the light down all the way and snap pictures, and you will get beautiful, clear pictures of the moon. It's incredible. Any pictures of the moon I post on any of my socials, I just took with my silly iPhone. Super easy. My youngest son taught me how to do it. I enjoyed this so much. Thank you, everybody. Peace and love and blessings to all. I will be live again next Wednesday. Probably not before then. I have a lot of stuff going on. But thank you for being here, everyone. Good night. Love to all. Bye.